The Ten Commandments are a set of laws given by God to the Israelites through Moses on Mount Sinai. They form a fundamental part of the moral code of Judaism and Christianity. Here are the Ten Commandments as recorded in the Bible: You shall have no other gods before me. You shall have no other gods before me. Exodus 20:3. Explanation: God commands exclusive worship and devotion, prohibiting the worship of other gods or idols. This commandment emphasizes the importance of placing God first in all aspects of life. Jesus taught the importance of loving God with all one's heart, soul, and mind in Matthew 22:37. You shall not make idols, verse, you shall not make for yourself a carved image any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. You shall not bow down to them nor serve them. Explanation: This commandment forbids the creation and worship of idols. It calls for a rejection of material objects as objects of worship. In 1 Corinthians 8:4, Paul taught that idols are not legitimate objects of worship. You shall not take the name of the Lord your God in vain. You shall not take the name of the Lord your God in vain, for the Lord will not hold him guiltless who takes his name in vain. Exodus 20:7. Explanation: This commandment prohibits the misuse or disrespect of God's name, whether through blasphemy, false oaths, or frivolous use. It calls for reverence and respect for God's holy name. In Matthew 6:9 and Luke 11:2 NKJV, Jesus begins the Lord's Prayer with Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. Hallowed emphasizes the holiness and reverence due to God's name. God's name should be treated with the utmost respect and not used carelessly or disrespectfully. Remember the Sabbath day, to keep it holy. Remember the Sabbath day, to keep it holy. 6 days you shall labor and do all your work, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord your God. Exodus 20:8-10. Explanation: This commandment instructs believers to observe the Sabbath as a day of rest and worship, following God's example of resting on the seventh day of creation. It emphasizes the importance of setting aside time for spiritual reflection and renewal. New Testament Christians celebrate the resurrection of Christ as a greater event than even creation. Thus, Christians set aside the first day of the week for church services. Acts 20:7 and 1 Corinthians 16:2. Honor your father and your mother. Honor your father and your mother, that your days may be long upon the land which the Lord your God is giving you. Exodus 20:12 NKJV. Explanation: This commandment calls for respect, obedience, and care for one's parents. It highlights the value of family relationships and the importance of honoring those who have provided and cared for you. Paul reinforces this commandment in Ephesians